Hello, happy Friday. John and Deanna in the backyard again. Want to talk to you about a few things. How about let's start out with mergers and acquisitions.
It's
Um,
a very
there's
busy week.
Google and Motorola.
I think I'm pretty excited about Google's acquiring Motorola, and I'm also really interested to understand a little bit more now that we're seeing that Microsoft was also interested in purchasing Motorola. I think that tells us a little bit more about what's ahead as far as device and not only owning the operating system but the device itself and what will happen.
Yeah. There was HubSpot and 140.
This is really fun. Some of these acquisitions too are really starting to get to the point where consumers are understanding that consumers need to control the messages. So inbound marketing actually will pay a lot more attention to what people want and to what those messages of relevant messages or interactions might be.
Yeah.
Radian 6 actually too taking a
Another
look
one.
and stab into a mobile and seeing those mergers there. There's a lot of interesting things ahead.
Exactly. Also want to talk a little bit about South by Southwest, SXSW. Say that fast 3 times after a martini. Um, we put together a panel for that, and we're going to talk about we're on the panel picker. Um,
I know. I'm not a big fan of lobbying for votes on panel picker of South by Southwest. I learned that last year. I kind of thought it moved you a little bit more away from relevance to more of a popularity vote. But
Yeah.
we do have a panel that we're really excited about because
It's
this
only
one's
30% of
this
the
one's
vote.
different. This one, yeah, exactly. But this one is different. We're looking at really sort of challenging folks and inspiring the idea of embracing disruption with this one. And we've got two folks so far on the panel. We're kind of letting this one sort of meander its way about into what other folks might be interesting on this particular panel. But we're looking at innovation
Mhm.
as the core, at disruption as the core, a little
Embracing
bit of
disruption.
mobile, a little bit of social.
Mhm.
We've got CollaboraCam that we absolutely love because it's definitely looking at collective visuals or collective messages within mobile,
Yes.
immersive experiences.
Yes. And we have Michele from La Spago Guida, from Due Spagai, who puts out La Spago Guida. I know we've talked about that. That's very big. We did a section on it in our trend report.
And CollaboraCam too. And both Kaiohila and Michele both are mobile, very mobile focused, very forward thinking, humble guys who really understand what the future holds. So this one actually would be a great deal of fun. But we'll take a look at trends and see what happens.
And we also want to talk about thank you for the overwhelming response to our trend report and a post that we did,
The mobile convergence
the mobile
report.
convergence report.
That one got a lot of global interest, and it's really interesting levels. We saw normally, so, lots of different brand managers, some very high levels of interest in that particular post. But those things are interesting to me because it really tells what kinds of messages or what kinds of decisions folks are wrestling with. So it was interesting to see that our little trend report and it's I think much humbled
Little.
pricing this year, okay, little in nature, was able to help guide some of these good decisions and help folks inspire some other directions. So we're really thankful. We're really, really thankful for the feedback.
Yes. And another high note, a blog post that we did this week that Deanna worked very hard on, made it to Technorati. They featured
Ah.
it yesterday. So we're very proud of that. Real feather in our cap, in Deanna's cap.
No, it's just good to know that your message. We never want to be experts. I don't think anyone can actually be an expert, and we even hear, a lot of that is buzzwords. But there's so much to learn. We all have so much to learn. But understanding people and having that passion to sort of listen a little more effectively and to understand a little more effectively, it's like HubSpot and 140. Again, too, might be one of those things that will help folks to do that. I think one thing I really wanted to say there's one report that I really want to make sure folks take a look at this week. Burson Marcella put together an Asia Pacific report that really takes a look at social media, at interaction, at websites, not just social websites, but actually preferences in Asia Pacific. And it's a very telling report. Actually, gives you some very good directions, very good guidance. So we wrote a quick post about it. You can access it that way on our post. But definitely take a look. I think that's one that you really should pay attention to this week. Some good direction for you.
So thanks for joining us. Again, happy Friday.
And play Bachi.
Deal.
Happy Friday.